Good morning, children. Saira. Now let us continue with our revision. We started with the first lesson, heredity and evolution. We have finished with the heredity part. We have learnt about transcription, translation, translocation, mutation in the first presentation. Now let us continue with the second part, which is evolution. Okay. What is meant by evolution? Evolution is the gradual change occurring in living organisms over a long duration. It is not a quick change taking place, it takes place over a long duration. It is a very slow ongoing process through which the development of organisms is achieved. We have learnt all this. I am just revising what we have learnt. There are some evidences that prove that we have evolved from our ancestors. You can go through that video also before what we have done. Now just I am revising what we have learnt already. Okay, what are the evidences? One is the morphological evidences, then anatomical evidence, vestigial organs, paleontological evidences, connecting links, and embryological evidences. What is meant by morphological evidence? That means in the how they appear. Okay, some of them they look similar. Some of the organisms, like some of the animals, when you take sheep, wolf, all these animals which is there, and you can refer to the textbook also. Some of the animals, when they see, they have the same morphology, they look similar either in the structure of the ear pinna or the eyes position, nostrils, they look similar. That means there is a proof that they have got a common ancestors. Okay, then anatomical evidence means there are many structures in different animals, like in our hand, then patagium of bat, then of whale, flipper of whale. So all these, they perform different function, but when we see the anatomical structure, that is bony structure inside, will be similar. Okay, this shows that there is a common ancestor behind all these animals. Okay, next one, vestigial organs. What are these vestigial organs? Organs which are not in use for us now. Okay, some of the organs, like they are useless in our body, like the appendix, coccyx, and the wisdom teeth, etc., which are not useful for us now, but it was useful for our ancestors. Okay, so examples are given in your textbook. You just go through the textbook, that much is enough. So these are organs that prove that we have evolved from our ancestors, because the ancestors, they were using this, it was in use, these organs were in use, but now as we have evolved, these organs are just useless for us, but it is present in our body. Okay, now paleontological evidence means it is the study of fossil. How we study the fossil? When the remains of the living organisms are buried under the ground, what happens to it? It is only the bones and teeth remain. Okay, so when they people who are scientists who learn about the fossil, when they take this fossil out, and when they learn about the age of it, that is called as carbon dating. So they come to know which animals were there before and how we have evolved from the ancestors. Okay, and what are connecting links? Connecting links means some animals, they have characters of two different groups, like Annelida, Arthropoda, reptiles and mammals. So they show characteristics or characters of both the groups. So two groups. So they are linked between the two groups. They are not Arthropoda completely or not Annelida completely. So they are in between the two groups. So they are called as the connecting links. Example we have seen: peripatus, duckbill platypus, lungfish. Okay, they are the examples of connecting links. Then embryological evidences means we saw in the early stage of all the vertebrates, in the early embryonic stage, they all look similar. In the example, this tortoise, chicken, fish, even man, the early embryonic stage, that is in the initial stage when the fetus is formed, that stage, all these vertebrates, they will look similar. This shows that there is a common ancestor for all of us. Okay, so this were the evidences that prove that that evolution has taken place. I think this is very clear. We can go through the video again for all these evidences. Okay. Now let us come to the next part. We learnt about Darwin's theory. What is Darwin's theory? It explains that nature selects only those organisms which are fit to live, and the rest will perish. This is important. This is natural selection. Only those organisms which will fit to the environment will survive, all others will perish. We have already learned this. But he also published a book titled Origin of Species. Then some objectives were raised. What were the objections? Though it was accepted, there were some objections. What were the objections? Natural selection is not only the factor responsible for evolution. You have to learn these three objections. Okay, it was not only the factor responsible for evolution, and Darwin did not mention any explanation about useful and useless modification, and there was no explanation about slow changes and quick and abrupt changes. So these are the three objectives. If it comes in board also, you can write, just learn these three objectives and again write it for Darwin. Okay. Then came Lamarckism. Okay. So John Baptist Lamarck proposed that morphological changes occurring in living organisms are responsible for evolution. So he told that the morphological changes which are occurring in living organisms are responsible for evolution, and the reason behind those morphological changes is activeness or laziness of that organism. He has given example to show this. He called this concept as principle of use or disuse of organs. So if you don't use an organ for a longer time, it will become slowly, it will stop its function and it will become degenerated. Okay, this is the concept of Lamarckism. The examples, when you learn, you will understand. So you learn the examples because this question was not asked last year and the year before, so there is chance of coming. So this is Lamarckism for the board exam I am talking. Okay, so examples: giraffe has a long neck because it used to browse on leaves of tall plants by extending their neck for several generations. So according to his opinion, so giraffe has got long neck because it used to browse on leaves of tall plants by extending their neck for several generations, and the shoulders of iron smith are strong due to repetitive hammering movements, and wings of ostrich and emu are weak because they are not used for flying. And one more example is given: legs of birds and swan are used for swimming because they live in water. So these four examples only you have to learn. You need not search any more examples. Learn only these four examples for Lamarckism. Okay, but these characters are termed as acquired. What are these characters? Acquired, which are acquired during in this generation. Okay, because the giraffe is not able to get leaves from the lower part, it is trying to lift its neck. So it has acquired this character. So which are acquired characters which are transferred from one generation to another generation. According to his theory, he is telling whichever characters are acquired are taken now in this generation is carried out to the next generation. This is called as theory of inheritance of acquired characters or Lamarckism. So this is what is Lamarckism. If they ask, they have to write the example of it, and this is the acquired characters, that is which are characters which are acquired in this generation are carried from one generation to the another generation. So this concept of him is called as inheritance of acquired characters or Lamarckism. But was this proved correct? This also was proved wrong, because development of organs due to specific activities or their degeneration due to no use at all was widely accepted. See, I told you, if you don't use an organ for a longer time, it will start degenerating. But transfer of those characters from one generation to another generation was rejected. So acquired characters, how can it be passed on to the next generation? Because it had been varied many times, that modification brought in us are not transferred to the next generation, and thereby Lamarck's theory was disproved. Okay, so the acquired characters which are acquired now cannot be passed on to the next generation. So this Lamarck's theory also was disproved. Okay, now let us come to the next part, speciation. What is species? I have already sent a video related to what is meant by speciation. You can just go through it. Formation of new species of plants and animals is the effect of evolution. So for formation of any new species, it is the effect of evolution. Species is the group of organisms that can produce fertile individuals through natural reproduction. Each species grows in specific geographical conditions. That means in some mountain area, some hilly area. So they've got some their food habits. Everything has got a specific geographical condition. Genetic variation is responsible for formation of new species from earlier one. So there will be some genetic variation in the species that will be helpful for formation of new species. And similarly, geographical and reproductive isolation also leads to speciation. This I have shown in, I have sent one video. You can see what is the meaning of geographical isolation. That means when the species are separated by a barrier like mountain, river, so there is speciation, there is formation of new species. Okay, now let us go to the next part, that is human evolution. Okay, so in this new human evolution, what you have to learn is that figure is there that you have to learn, as well as the tape, which year what had happened. Might be this is looking difficult, but when you write it in the form of a table and learn, it becomes easier. Okay, so what we have to learn in this, I will give you a short hint how we have to learn. First you learn 7 crore years ago what had happened. Last dinosaurs disappeared approximately 7 crore years ago. Okay, so when the last dinosaur disappeared approximately 7 crore years ago. At the time, monkey-like animals are said to be evolved from some ancestors who were more or less similar to the modern lemurs. Okay, they were looking like modern lemurs, like monkey-like animals started appearing. Then slowly, tail of these monkey-like animals of Africa is said to be disappeared about 4 crore years ago. So first 7 crore years ago what had happened, you have to write. Then 4 crore years ago what had happened, the tail like monkeys, the tail of these monkey-like animals which are similar to modern lemurs started disappearing. After that, we can jot it down in a table. So you can see the figure of this. Just go through the figure. You can do years is also mentioned, and the names of the people, Ramapithecus, Neanderthal man, and then Cro-Magnon man. These three men are mentioned in the written part. Only these three men are important. You just go through the figure and learn the other names also. Okay, so you can just go. This is the journey of human. Okay, so first we will start with 2 crore years. 2 crore years ago what had happened? Species of ape used their hands. So the apes, they started using hands more for eating food and other work. And first human-like animals with erect posture using hands evolved. Okay, so first human-like animals, they were called as Ramapithecus. Okay, 40 lakhs years ago, the Ramapithecus, that first human-like animal was Ramapithecus. Okay, so 40 lakhs years ago, Ramapithecus ape from East Africa grew up in size and became more intelligent ape of South Africa evolved. So Ramapithecus, which year you have to learn? First human-like animal is called as Ramapithecus. When did they come? 40 lakhs years ago. Okay, then 20 lakhs years ago, skilled human developed. Okay, then only the years and what happened in that year you have to learn. Okay, then 15 lakh years ago, human walking with erect posture was evolved. Okay, so 15 lakh years ago, this was human started walking erect. Then 1 lakh years ago, human being discovered fire. Okay, before that 1,50,000 years ago, Neanderthal man was, he was the first wise man. Okay, 1,50,000 years ago, Neanderthal man he evolved, and he was the first example of the wise man. Then 1 lakh years ago, human being discovered fire. Then 50,000 years ago, Cro-Magnon man was evolved. Okay, so 50,000 years ago, you learn this table and you can just jot it down in your book and learn which year what had happened. Okay, 10,000 years ago, wise men started practicing agriculture. Then cultural development took place. Then 5,000 years ago, art of writing was invented. Then 400 years ago, modern sciences emerged, and 200 years ago, industrial society was established. Okay, so if you learn it in the form of table and the names of these men which are evolved, only that much is needed. So if you learn that is a big concept, you feel that is a very big part, it is very big answer, but when you form it into a table and learn, okay, so you have to memorize there like this only, which year what had happened, that much if you learn, that is enough for your board exam also. Okay, so we have learned the full lesson. I have revised again. Okay, we have learnt about evolution and the evidences. We have seen the Darwin's theory, what is Lamarckism, then what is evolution also, human evolution also, we have finished. So this lesson is complete. I think you don't have any more doubts in this lesson. So for your unit test, you will have only objectives, only multiple choice type questions where you have to click. You will not have anything to type. Okay, so you will have only objectives. So go through your textbook very well. So let us revise the important points which I told you in evolution. It is important. First human-like animal, Ramapithecus, and first example of wise men who evolved 1,50,000 years ago, Neanderthal man, and 50,000 years ago who was evolved, Cro-Magnon man. These three mans are important. So when you are learning, give importance for all the objectives, because in the unit test only objectives will be asked. Okay. So first we'll just revise. We'll do one or two questions to example how it is going to come for the exam. Dash is a gradual change occurring in living organisms over a long duration. You can guess the answer. It is not heredity or mutation, it is evolution. So you will click on only to evolution. Vestigial organ dash present in human body is proof of evolution. What are among the three, which is the vestigial organ? Appendix. Okay. Now dash, true or false I have given. Carbon 12 is non-radioactive. When you go through a textbook, you will understand, you will find out many objectives. Okay, you have to, that is true. Ramapithecus is considered as a first example of wise man. Was it correct, children? No. Neanderthal man is the correct answer. So it is false. So you will click on false. Find the odd man. There will be options given. You will just click on to the wrong option. Peripatus, duckbill, platypus, lungfish, giant whale. So which is the odd man? You all know it is giant whale. So like this you have to just click on to the answers. So you will have only multiple choice or questions where options will be given. You need not type anything for the first unit test. Hope you all understood the first lesson, children. I think I solved all your doubts. Now we will see the next lesson in the next video. Okay. Thank you, children.